Ty Simpson was the best quarterback I saw all weekend, and suddenly the Rams' terrible pick looks terrifyingly smart. But with Stafford, Aaron Donald, and a brutal future ahead, was this only the beginning?
Ty Simpson showcased to the world. Obviously, the Rams knew this. The Rams had been telling Ty, hey, don't tell anybody we've met with you, except for Dan Orlovsky maybe. But whatever the case, they believed in Ty from the very beginning as being a guy. You believed in him. What did you see from him? What does this mean, you think, going forward with the Rams? And what are some other takeaways that we should be looking at here?
Yeah, I thought on the stuff that is scheme-wise really important in the Rams offense, he operated at a high clip. So their movement game, their keeper game, their bootleg game, really good. Their choice game, where they give multiple options to their receivers and they're reading the coverage, really smart. Their 3-by-1 stuff where he's got to fit balls into seams. And then kind of like the decision-making that has to happen now, their play-action pass underneath center crosser game. So the stuff that, in part, I really liked that he did in college, that was a major of what they really got into as that second half got going. And so I thought the decision-making and then those kind of intermediate throws and then the now stuff that have to happen at the top of the drop, he was really good in. So kind of what I would have hoped if I were the Rams, that he would go out and execute at a high level. He did. The decision-making was done at a really high clip.
Hey, Dan, and we need to let you know, congratulations on that happening. Like, actually.
Baby Dano.
Because if he comes out there and shits the bed, man, you are getting it.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be loud.
Yeah, it's going to be very loud. But instead, he slices, he dices. Now, granted, who's he playing against, who's he playing with is a big part of the conversation piece. But we want to give you your flowers, Orlovsky, for this. Now, we still don't think what you were saying on our show is accurate. Like, I still think Fernando's a guy. I still think he is the guy. I think he was a clear number one guy, and I didn't think he was getting the respect of a guy who was clear number one overall pick. But I think the heat that you took, not only from us, with how much you complimented Ty Simpson, but everybody, I'm happy he showed up in the way that he did, and I'm happy it happened the way that, yeah, exactly, yeah. Because if it goes the other way, think about us, think about just us, let alone everybody else on the internet, in which how active they are.
But that relief didn't mean the Rams could relax. A far bigger question was quietly hanging over the franchise, and this one had no deadline.
All right, let's talk timeline. Here's my understanding. The Rams have not given Aaron Donald a timeline at all for when they need a decision because they don't actually need a decision. So Aaron Donald is working out. He's trying to get in football shape. He has been in shape. He's always jacked, certainly more jacked than you and I, Patrick. But he wants to get in football shape and really see not just how he can work out, but see if he's able to get pads on and a helmet. How does he do it? And then how does he recover a day later? All questions for Aaron Donald deciding whether or not he wants to come back. But the Rams are not waiting on, let's say, another roster move if he decides to come back. They are set on the defensive line. They are more than good. They have Myles Garrett and plenty of his friends. It would be a bonus if Aaron Donald comes back. So whenever it is, whether it's in the next couple weeks before the season, whether it's during the season, he says, you know what, I'm good to go. They will make it work. They would like him back. They will welcome him, but there is no timetable. And as far as his contract, he would be due $30 million. If they needed to adjust that, not sure that would really be an issue. The Rams would love to have him back, but it is on his timetable when he decides.
And that uncertainty only makes the next decision more explosive. Because while one veteran's future remains completely open, another decision could define the Rams for years.
And Ty Simpson, Rams draft him at the 13th pick. Oh, it's this terrible pick. What are they thinking? Media's wrong again. The end is not near. Ty Simpson was the best quarterback I saw all weekend. 21 of 25, 3 scoring drives, rolling out, athletic, accurate, sprinkling the ball all over the infield. Quarterback and left tackle, there are not many great ones in the world. Okay? I will defend any general manager ever who drafts a quarterback or a left tackle a year or 3 before they need them. The Green Bay Packers, 3 different times. Favre, Rodgers, Jordan Love. They get the guy in the building. before they absolutely need him to start. It has paid off. Now, meanwhile, conversely, the Steelers have had what we would call quarterback apathy. Maybe Drew Aller's the guy, probably not. So the Rams had 2 first-round picks. We laid it out. They had to get better at corner. They used one of those picks to get the great Trent McDuffie. So why, after solving your number one issue, which they did in a trade with Kansas City, get your future quarterback potentially? I mean, there are things in life you have to do a lot of pre-planning. Weddings, your retirement. I'd say franchise quarterback. You better sort of diagnose it 2 to 3 years before you need it. Certainly help Green Bay. If you want to be spontaneous about dinner plans or a weekend getaway with your wife or husband, knock yourself out. That's not the franchise quarterback. Secondly, Matt Stafford, legendary guy, unbelievable prep, one of the smartest guys to play the position. Why not get your quarterback in the room with him? Because my guess is Stafford's got at least 2 more years left. Get Ty Simpson in the room with him. And by the way, Stafford may sit down with McVay after the season and say, yeah, I don't think he's the guy, or yeah, he's really, really good. I mean, you got somebody in the room, but get him in the quarterback room. He can watch an iconic all-time prep guy in Matt Stafford. So it just, the other thing, if you notice this, is that since they drafted Ty Simpson, why can they go after a Myles Garrett now? Because quarterback's set. They don't have to stockpile draft picks. When a franchise knows we've got our star quarterback and we think we have our future quarterback, you don't have to stockpile picks to get Dante Moore, Arch Manning, or whoever the college quarterback of note is. Quarterback is set now and for the future. And, you know, the Rams are simultaneously maximizing the present and building for the future. Just because a lot of people in the media can't multitask doesn't mean the Rams can't. So I thought it was a good pick. And you know, years and years ago, I learned something talking to a guy named George Bodenheimer, legendary executive. And I said something to him and he goes, oh, no. He goes, I have a 1-year plan, a 3-year plan, a 5-year plan, and we also now are building a 10-year plan. That's what executives do. So the Rams are way potentially ahead on Ty Simpson, but I thought he was fantastic.
Ty Simpson was supposed to be one of the Rams' biggest questions. Instead, he became one of their biggest reasons for optimism. Drafted 13th overall, Simpson faced immediate criticism. But when he finally got his opportunity, he went 21 of 25 for 190 yards and 2 touchdowns, showing accuracy, athleticism, and impressive decision-making. More importantly, he looked comfortable running the Rams system. Bootlegs, play action, movement throws, crossers, and intermediate routes. This wasn't just about making completions. It was about looking like he understood why the play was happening. And that's exactly why the Rams may have believed in him long before everyone else did. The Rams reportedly knew what Simpson could do. They had already evaluated him closely, while much of the football world was still debating whether he deserved to be a first-round quarterback. At Alabama, Simpson produced 3,567 passing yards, 28 touchdowns, and only 5 interceptions in 2025. Now he's showing those same traits in Los Angeles. Quick processing, accurate intermediate throws, smart decisions. Dan Orlovsky took plenty of criticism for believing in Simpson early. But after this performance, at least one thing is clear. The rookie gave him something to defend. But while Simpson created excitement, another massive Rams question remains completely unanswered. Aaron Donald has no deadline to decide whether he's coming back. He's working out, he's getting into football shape, and he's testing the questions only football can answer. Can he wear the pads? Can he handle the physical demands? And how does his body recover the next day? The Rams can afford to wait because their defensive line is already loaded, especially after adding Myles Garrett. If Donald returns, it's a bonus. And if he doesn't, Los Angeles can still move forward. But while Donald controls his future, the Rams are already preparing for life beyond another legendary veteran. And that brings us straight back to the most controversial decision of them all. Ty Simpson at number 13. People called the Simpson selection a terrible pick. But there's a different way to look at it. Matthew Stafford is still the quarterback, and he's still one of the smartest and best prepared players in the league. So why not put his potential successor in the same room? Green Bay did it with Favre, Rodgers, and Jordan Love. They prepared before the position became a crisis. That's what the Rams may be doing now. They solved another major need by acquiring Trent McDuffie, then used their other first-round pick on the most important position in football, quarterback. Not because they needed Simpson today, because they may desperately need him 2 or 3 years from now. And if Simpson really is the future, the Rams suddenly have something every franchise dreams about. This is the real strategy. Stafford gives them the present. Simpson could give them the future. Garrett gives them defensive firepower. McDuffie strengthens the secondary. And suddenly, Los Angeles doesn't have to choose between competing now and preparing for later. They can do both. That's why Simpson's first showcase matters. It doesn't prove he's the next franchise quarterback, but it proves the 13th overall pick is no longer just a theory. The Rams made the bet. Now, Ty Simpson is giving them reasons to believe that bet could pay off. And if that happens, the Rams didn't simply draft a quarterback. They may have drafted the player who keeps the entire franchise from falling apart when the Stafford era finally ends. The controversial pick is no longer the story. The real story is whether the Rams just found their next quarterback before they actually needed him. Thank you for watching Sport Current. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and share this video to support the channel. Turn on notifications so you never miss the latest NFL and WNBA news, breaking stories, game updates, trades, and the biggest moments in American sports. Stay tuned for more updates, and we'll see you in the next video right here on Sport Current.